So I go on the elbow, I go behind the thumb, behind the ear. It's very difficult for him to defend that. Even if he closes everything. Look, I go behind the ear. I loosen up the gi first. Loosen up. Get it loose. Doesn't matter if you break it. If you break it, I'm defending it. I can stay here. I'm comfortable. Now we're going to solid grip. He's going to place his palm into his face to defend the grip. Now I'm going to keep my arm tight into his head and I'm going to turn and finish. When he places the hand, they do this, defend. So the first hand are in, I go into his collar. I'm going to let go just for you guys to see. What you don't want is to rotate over because now he blocks. I'm going to get my wrist bone. I need to get just the top of his finger. So I'm going to place it on the top and now I slide down to remove it. Just, you do scratch his face but without hurting your opponent. The idea is not to smash, to scratch his whole face. That you're not supposed to hurt anyone. But you need to keep it tight enough so you bend his fingers and you get it through. Just enough to get through there. So you place your wrist, they'll be on the side above. Go right on top of the fingers and just slide in. And then get it through. Very important. Everyone will do this to defend. That's why you go behind, look, you go behind his defense. So the first hands are in. Remember, my elbow is being squeezed against his chest. He's already feel uncomfortable in this position. Elbow, adjust. See his hand? Slide, look. And then drop down straight away. Okay guys, so now we're going to work. It's a very sneaky wrist lock from the mouth. Something that it's very difficult to, especially if you don't really know it, to see it coming. It's, you can get a lot of people thinking you might, looking for the arm or the neck, and then suddenly, wrist lock. So, we're going to get whichever arm is on top, right? So if it's the other one, and then we attack that one. If it's that one, and then we attack this. It's important that we get, so what we want, see this elbow pointing out, we want the elbow pointing in. So I want to bring the arm close to my body to, to lock, because I want his arm on this angle. See, when I do that, the wrist gets weak. If he's on that angle, he's much stronger here. Here, you can bend that wrist. So, it's, if you're attacking the arm, same thing. So, usually, if you go for the arm lock, the arm goes in, right, to attack the arm, and then go around. This way, to attack the wrist, I'm going to go inside, and then on the outside, and then I'm going to bring my elbow in to lock the elbow. So I'm pushing his arm to my body with my arm on the outside, so I'm much stronger. So, it's not inside, it's outside. And I just need my arm in. See, it doesn't matter where, it's on his chest, it doesn't really matter what I grab. I'm just gonna lock it with my arm. So see, now my hand is coming in. Now I grab the wrist and I grab my wrist. Now I'm gonna pull his hand this way. See, I need to put his arm on this angle. Now I turn. I can, he's really resistant, I can use my other arm. But I need to place his arm on this angle. It's not easy to defend and even to see it coming because, when I locked, it doesn't really, it's not really clear what I'm going for. I can even go for the arm lock from here. There's an arm lock that's saying the American grip. I push. I have the arm. So I have a few attacks that I could do by holding over. And then when I grab his wrist, by the time he's realizing, it goes quick. So, go over. As soon as I go over, see my elbow, bring my elbow to my body. I grab my own hand. Now pull the arm this way. See, his elbow is locked into my body. This on itself should be able to finish the person. See, it's just by pressing here, he's starting. If it's not enough, then both hands, and then finish.